Hi Sachin, welcome again to our discussions.
Yeah,
So earlier
thank
we
you.
covered out the topics of emotional intelligence, induction, performance review, onboarding, and interview. So now the another point which comes out happens to be the professional development. So there are certain queries into this. So it's a well-known fact that the soft skills or the trainings imparted does not give the expected results which the company stakeholders think of. Okay. So what do you think could be the alternative for the same and how emotional intelligence can be applied into it?
Okay. Yes. In fact, there was an interview that was done with Daniel Goleman, who coined the term emotional intelligence. And in that interview, I don't remember when was it done. It was somewhere in late 90s, available on YouTube, in which he talks about soft skills trainings to be something like spray and pray, where you spray people with a concept and pray that it sticks to them. And the reason that we say that it doesn't give expected results is because we have experienced it ourselves as well. Whenever we attend something, we get very motivated. The concepts looks very new and enticing and grabs our attention and everything. Um, 1 or 2 days, few days, the motivation stays, and then the content, the book, whatever we got just hits the bottom shelf, and people just go back to their old ways of what they were doing before. And just maybe few people change or experience something. So that's why it's the spray and pray that Scott stick. So we don't get the expected result. But the problem is we still keep doing it because that's the only way we think that we have to do. Companies have certain budget that they have to spend on training, and they just have to spend it. And they feel that if I just keep sending my people to these kind of trainings, then something will come up, and it has to be a tick in the box for their performance review, their appraisal also, that they have done this. Whether that worked or not worked, um, hardly, I personally don't know, but there might be companies who do some assessment. I don't know any company who do any kind of assessment um, of what happened. Yes, there is feedback that people fill at the end of the training or the course that they attend. They get a feedback form, they fill, but the person is already too pumped up at that time. They are only going to say good things about it, and they will probably recommend that others should do it and all that as well. But have they applied it? How they have applied it? Have I gone back 3 months later and asked the person, done another survey, done another assessment with them to say, how have you applied it? How did that make a difference in your day-to-day job or not? I don't know any company that does that personally, but I'm sure somebody might be doing it. I just don't know. So these are the reasons why we say that it doesn't give the expected result that we want. But then what to do? This is the only thing that we know. Every problem we face, whether it's attrition, employee engagement, office politics, harassment, bullying, whatever we face, we just try to address these problems by trainings, behavioral trainings, soft skills trainings, communication trainings, or whatever. We just send people on trainings and things that things will improve. I think they only address the behavior and attitude side of it. So as human beings, we see someone's behavior, we see someone's attitude. That's an observable fact. And if I don't like someone's behavior, if I don't like someone's attitude, then as a leader, as a manager, I would give them feedback, or I would recommend them to adjust it with the help of some training, coaching, mentoring, or whatever. But behavior and attitude is a surface thing. Where is it coming from? It just doesn't come from thin air. It comes from what we call non-observable factors, things that are going inside of me that nobody can see. Things like my feelings, my thoughts, my conditionings, where they are coming from, what kind of information I am absorbing on daily basis, what kind of conditioning that is getting created, my life experiences, my interactions, media, so many other areas that are shaping my conditioning on daily basis. They are shaping my beliefs, my values, which is my filter. This is how I see the world. And when I see the world this way, it creates certain feelings inside me. Those are the feelings of, could be feelings of joy, could be feeling of anxiety, stress, whatever. These are the feelings that ultimately give rise to my behavior and my attitude. So correcting it on a surface level doesn't work as effectively. So we have to go behind the scene. We have to go and look under the hood and explore where this thought pattern is coming from, where this conditioning is coming from. And that we can only do with the help of mindfulness and emotional intelligence. Unless we become mindful, unless we become self-aware, we cannot catch these conditionings. And once we become good at catching these conditionings, once we become good at catching the way we think, the way we feel, we probably don't even need to send people for behavioral and attitude adjustment. Once their thought process is adjusted, once their feelings are adjusted, behavior and attitude adjust automatically. It's a sequence that runs without our interruption. We cannot do anything about it. It runs this way only. And all we need to do is become more and more aware of our conditioning, become more and more aware of how I think, how I interpret, how I see the world around me, how I see what kind of images I'm creating about the people that I'm interacting with my team members, with my manager, with my stakeholders, with my clients, with my customers, with other people in other departments. If I become more and more aware of how I create the images of these people in my head, how I perceive them, and whether these images, these perceptions are working in my favor or not, then I can do something about them myself. And if my leader, if my manager can create an environment which helps me to self-explore this, then that is all I need.
That's like whatever the root cause or the deep-rooted problem is, we are giving a solution to it through emotional intelligence rather than only doing it from the outer side. Right.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All
Emotional
right.
intelligence and mindfulness helps me to diagnose the problem first correctly.
Mm-hmm.
So I cannot fix it. If see behavior and attitude wise, it is like that I am feeling headache. So everyone can see it. I can tell you that I'm feeling headache. I go to the doctor and I tell the doctor I'm feeling headache and this, and the doctor gives me a headache medicine. But the headache could be coming from something other than this. So fixing headache is a superficial fix. I still haven't got to the root of that headache. I don't know why I am getting the headache. It could be linked to some other problem altogether. I don't know. I might have a tumor in my brain or something like that. So just giving headache medicine so I don't feel headache anymore is this soft skills and behavioral training. I'm not going behind the scene. And once I go behind the scene, once I actually grasp the real problem, um, again, soft skills, I'm not against soft skills and behavioral trainings. We also do that. Coaching is required, mentoring is required. All these things are required, but we shouldn't jump to them first. We should spend a little bit more time to diagnose the problem. And that is going behind the scene, investing some time, giving people that kind of facility. So as a leader and as a manager, I don't have to go behind the scene for the other person. I just have to create the environment to allow them to do it. And they become more aware. And then they come to me and tell me, I think I need help in this area. And then the professional development can be much more targeted, much more effective. Then the spray and pray is not required because the person is coming to me and telling me that I think I have diagnosed my problem correctly and I think I need help in this area. I think I need training or I need coaching in this kind of area. When the person comes, then they are owning the decision. They are taking the responsibility for it. So they will then take it seriously, and we can expect better results from such kind of trainings and coaching programs.
Right, because we have challenged their mind conditioning. So obviously
Yes,
that will help them to strive more better, and that will help them to
yes,
go ahead and become a better version of themselves. That's what we keep talking
yes,
about, right?
Exactly, exactly. And they are owning it rather than me telling them you should become
Mhm.
better version, you should strive for more, you should become better at this and that. Um, you cannot just impose a decision. Like no matter um, how nice I am as a leader and how much I really care about the other person that they should, the decision has to still come from them. I I need to inspire them. I need to create the environment in a way that they should feel that it is their idea, it is their thought. It was them who wanted to do this, not that as a leader, I'm such a nice person and I'm caring so much about you and I think that you should do this. You should go for this kind of training. You should become like this. You should talk like this. You should behave like this. No,
Okay.
it has to come from them.
So it's like sense of ownership that is coming from within, and
Within,
that drives
within.
everyone else.
That drives everyone. And any investment that the company does on these kind of programs for professional development, coaching programs, anything, will have lot better result because the person is coming to them and saying, I need this. And they should have such kind of relationship with their manager, with their leader, that they feel confident and open and honest about it, that I think I lack this. I think this is my weakness. I need help in this area.
Right. So that brings us into this particular discussion.